Welcome back everyone to week 8. Today we're going to produce some maps. Now I'm fairly new to producing maps. I haven't really quite needed them in some of my research papers. However, maps are all around us, and increasingly it's going to be a key skill for any data analyst or data scientist to produce maps and handle geocoded data. So R provides this capacity to produce beautiful maps and in a fairly simple way. However, it gets quite complex fairly easily and quickly, so I'm going to just show you some very simple ways to get some good maps off the ground very quickly without getting you lost in the rabbit hole there. Let's take a quick look at the maps that we're going to produce together today. This is the first one. This is a map of Berlin and surrounding areas with a couple of locations of universities that are located in the area, right? The second map we're going to produce is a map of Europe where we display how many students in our data set that we've been using throughout the course, how many students are born in various countries in the EU. The packages that I will introduce to you today are called ggmap, geom polygon in combination with ggplot, a function and a package that you've already seen, and qmplot, right? We're going to use those three packages. However, R has many more packages that allow for modeling geolocated data, producing maps, and so forth. We have tmap, leaflet, mapview, the SF package, mapdeck, raster, and others, right? So there are a lot of options out there. So in the very beginning of the course, in week 8, I provide here 4 really more comprehensive courses on geographic data and making maps with R. We're going to keep it fairly simple in this week and focus on some basic concepts. Before we jump in, I have to clarify 2 basic concepts that you need to wrap your head around when producing maps, really with any software, but they're going to be a key building block that we need for later to understand what R is doing with the code. And the 2 concepts are basically GPS data and coordinate systems. And the second one is polygons. So you hear about GPS data every day, right? But the basic concept is that, the globe is sort of divided up in latitude and longitude coordinates, ranging from North Pole to South Pole, and you have an equator cutting through. So any location on Earth can be measured or indicated using a longitude and latitude coordinate, right? So these are basically 2 numbers. And if we, for example, want to show a map of an area, we can have boundaries for each corner of this map by indicating the various GPS points. The second concept that we need to understand are polygons. Now, polygons are basically just a flat surface shape of something, right? But the concept is quite general because a polygon could be a country, a city, a continent, anything. A polygon is merely defined by edges and lines, right? By certain dots that are connected with lines. So if we had just enough individual points, for example, GPS coordinates, and we connect them with lines, we can rebuild the shape of a country, of a city, of anything, right? And there's a huge R community out there, or a general geography community that has provided polygons for almost everything under the sun, countries, cities, and so forth. So we're going to build on their work and import some of the polygons and use them to map things in R.